Endless Fukushima catastrophe. Many generations Euro's trademark health at stake by Euro's root Opus Edge. Keep up with the news by installing RTA Euro's trademark S extension 4. Never miss a story with this clean and simple app that delivers the latest headlines to you. Version: Arabic, Spanish, Russian. Free video. 1/2 3/4 and superscript 2. Root Prime. Abruptly. Mobile apps. Live. Search. Section News. USA. Russian politics. Business. Opus Edge. Envision. In motion. Shows. Bulletin board. More. Home/Opus Edge/ Endless Fukushima catastrophe. Many generations Euro's trademark health at stake. Dr. Helen Caldicott is one of the most articulate and passionate advocates of citizen action to remedy the nuclear and environmental crises. Get short URL. Published time: September 13, 2013, 9:33. Trends: Fukushima nuclear disaster tags accident. Japan, nuclear, politics. Bioaccumulation of radioactive elements around Fukushima will devastate many future Japanese generations, while the Pacific Ocean is also being contaminated by leaking radioactive water. Yet there is still no good solution from the Japanese government. As I watched the tsunami poured into the reactor complex at Fukushima on March 11, 2011, I realized the world would never be the same again. No nuclear reactor can withstand being drowned in a massive wave of water without catastrophic consequences. There were 3 nuclear reactors undergoing fission at the time, while one, Unit 4, had just been emptied of its radioactive core, which was now situated in an unprotected cooling pool on the roof of the building, 100 feet 30 meters above the ground. As the power supply to the reactors was disrupted during the earthquake, and the auxiliary diesel generators in the basements of the reactors failed because they were flooded, the pumps which supplied up to 1 million gallons of cooling water to each reactor failed. Within hours the intensely hot radioactive cores in Units 1, 2 and 3 started to melt. As they melted, the zirconium metal cladding on the uranium fuel rods reacted with water to produce hydrogen, which exploded with overwhelming intensity in the buildings of Units 1, 2, 3 and 4, releasing huge amounts of radioactive elements into the air. On March 15 alone, it is estimated that 100 quadrillion becquerels of cesium, 400 quadrillion of iodine plus 400 quadrillion of inert noble gases xenon, krypton and argon escaped. Over a period of time 2.5 to 3 times more noble gases were released into the air than at Chernobyl. Noble gases are very high-energy gamma emitters similar to X-rays, which penetrate human bodies externally and, when inhaled, are absorbed from the lungs and stored in fatty tissue, exposing nearby organs, including the gonads, to gamma radiation. Cesium and iodine-131 are also gamma and beta emitters which enter the body by inhalation and ingestion. But over 100 other radioactive elements were also released during the weeks and months of the accident, and thousands of people were exposed to clouds of radiation. The damaged reactors continue to emit radioactive airborne releases to this day. Luckily the wind was blowing east across the Pacific in the first several days, taking 80% of the fallout with it, much of which was deposited in the Pacific Ocean. But around March 15 the wind changed, blowing to the northwest, and large areas of Japan, including parts of Tokyo, became severely contaminated. Approximately 2 million people are still living in highly contaminated areas in the Fukushima prefecture and elsewhere, areas so radioactive that similarly populated areas were quickly evacuated by the Soviets after the Chernobyl accident. At the time of the Fukushima accident, an unprecedented quantity of highly radioactive water was also released into the Pacific Ocean. But it, as in the Euro's trademark T, stopped. TDPCO Tokyo Electric Power Company now admits that 300 tons of this water has been leaking into the Pacific every day since the accident 30 months ago, and so far 270,000 tons of water has been released. It is becoming apparent that the 3 molten cores, each weighing 120 to 130 tons, have not only melted their way through 6 inches of steel in the reactor vessels, but they now either sit on concrete floors of the severely cracked containment buildings, or they have melted their way into the earth itself. This, in nuclear parlance, is called Euro's ~A melt through to China syndrome, Euro's trademark. Because the reactor complex was built upon an ancient riverbed located at the base of a mountain range, huge quantities of water flowing